Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on SoundBridge YouTube channel. And before we start, I would like to ask you to subscribe and like this video so you can get noted about the new videos that are coming. My name is Marco and I will be your host in this video, in which I will show you how to create the bassline in SoundBridge by using free VST called Vital. So let's jump into SoundBridge and synthesize these elements from scratch. First thing I will do, I will search for the Vital, alright, and I will drop it just inside. And I'll call this one Rolling Bassline. Now for the Rolling Bassline, I will use a default saw oscillation as I think it's perfect for this. And the main characteristic of the saw is that it's really rich in the harmonics. So it's really good for these small and rolling basslines. So the first thing I would like to do is to set this 100% to 0, as this is the phase randomization. Which means that if it's on 0, the waveform will start to oscillate exactly on the same point each time we press the note. If it's on 100, that means that the position or the start of the waveform will be on a different places each time. The second thing is the phase position. So by setting it to 180, it means it's in a half of it. Beginning is at 0, the end is on 360. So this way, if I set the random to 0 and setting this to 180, and I can set exactly on which point I want the waveform to start oscillating. From the left side, we have unison. This is where we are specifying how many voices we're gonna have. As it's set to one voice, that means there's going to be only one waveform. If I set to 2, it means there's going to be exactly the same 2 oscillations. And from the right side of it, we have how much unison we want to apply. So if I set to 0 and I play, and if I set to 2, 4, 7, we're gonna hear that only it amplifies the whole signal, because we have exactly the same signal overlapping on each other, and when we sum everything we get exactly the same signal. It's just increasing in the volume. If we want to use more voices, then we need to apply a certain differences in between of these voices. From the right side we have the envelope. So it's a classic ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, release. So the envelope one is directly connected to the amp envelope, which means that if I put the sustain down, and if I put, let's say, decay to around 100 or 200 milliseconds, so I'm deciding by a decay how long it's going to be. Sustain is gonna how long it's going to keep it at that point. For the bassline, I will first start applying the filter. So I'm gonna turn on the filter 1 and I will remove all the resonance all the way down. So we have something sounding like this, which is completely fine. So I will move to the envelope number 2 because I want to add a certain modulation to the filter. So I will click, drag and drop it exactly on the cutoff over here. So if I move my mouse over to cutoff, I can see that there's a green circle showing up. And by pulling down or pulling up, I can control how much or what is the amount of the effect I want to use by this envelope. So if I set it to 200 and I put a sustain all the way down, so it means that it's gonna add this much of the cutoff information, it's gonna trigger it and then it's gonna fade down. So it's going to add amount on the cutoff and then we control by the ADSR how long it's going to keep it that way. So I just wanna give a certain small pluck. On this side we can zoom in so we can see it a bit better, and then by pressing and dragging this dot we can control how the curve is gonna look like. This is a bit too much, and then pressing, holding down and let's say something like this. And now I will increase, I will set it to 2 voices. So now I'm gonna increase just a little bit, let's say to 5%. But I will first create the MIDI over here. So I'm just gonna click Alt and I'm gonna write down. And then I'm gonna choose the F note. Okay, so I'm gonna just draw the 16ths over here. Something like that. So I just duplicated all the notes, and while selecting them, holding Control or Command D or Control D for Windows, and then by holding Control or Command and pressing on the arrow left, I'm just gonna move it for 116. So the next thing is it's a 125, which is a perfect. For this case, I will shorten it up and then I can just extend it. And now I will increase a little bit detune. So this is a detune over here, which means it's gonna detune, it's gonna create two slightly different waveforms. And this is why you're gonna hear both of them, because they're not gonna be exactly the same on the left and on the right channel. And this is how we're gonna create a little bit of stereo information, and it's gonna sound a little bit richer. Not much, because we don't want too much of the stereo information for our bassline because of many different reasons, but I'm gonna keep that for some other case. Now I want to add a little bit of ducking effect, or the sidechain as people are calling it, but it's better to call it ducking effect as it's more correct. And I'm gonna insert, and I'm gonna use LFO tool for this case. I'm just gonna drag and drop it, and now I can do a certain corrections. I can go inside of the waveform. I can reduce the first harmonic a little bit because it's a little bit too bass heavy. Another thing I can do, I can go in the FX, I can close this window, and I can go to the FX. For example, I can add a little bit of a distortion, because the bass lines, when we add a little bit of distortion, they can really sound a bit better. So this will be the easiest way to create a rolling bassline for melodic techno, progressive house, and I believe it's really popular today, and you can use it also for techno music. And now I will create something that's a bit different. So I'm gonna add one more instance of the Vital. I'm gonna use the VST3. And this time I'm gonna synthesize something different. So when we compare the saw with other ones, for example, for tech house or funky house music, it's better if we use something with a bit less harmonics, because it's not gonna sound that rich. For melodic techno progressive house, we need something that's gonna be moving, so the bass line is kinda having more information or more harmonics, and that way it sounds richer. For tech house, funky house, the bassline is more in a low end, and that way it's kind of just in a background, and it's giving that background, and it keeps the rhythm going all the time. So I'm going to choose a different one, and the easiest way is if we go from the initialize, just the next one, we have the basic shapes. For example, I can use the sine, but when we compare the saw and sine, the difference that sine will have only one harmonic. So it's going to be, all the information is going to be fully in the low end. It will not have any mids or low mids. So I'm looking for something in between of these two. I don't need any high mids or high for this type of the bassline, but also I need a little bit more harmonic, so it's gonna sound a little bit richer. So I'm just gonna drag and move to the next one. And this is something exactly that looks in between of the square and the sine wave. The square is looking like this, so it's really sharp also. So the square has a little bit different combination of the harmonics. The difference is about the levels of loudness of these harmonics, but it still has a lot of information on the mids and on the highs, which I don't need for this type of the bassline. So this one is perfect because it's just in between. It will just reduce the level of these high and mid frequencies. So I will create a little bit different MIDI for this time. I will again create an empty MIDI block. I'll extend it to this length, and I'll extend it for one more. It's going to sound a bit better. And I did mute the rolling bassline, so I'm just gonna create something a bit different, like. So I can record it as well. I will just move it over here. Right, so. And I believe that these last two are good enough. So I'm just gonna use the scissors. I'm gonna cut by pressing X on my keyboard. Then by pressing Q, I'm gonna use the arrow once again. All right, so. I'm just gonna use it like this. I can control over here and then press quantize. So they're going to, all of them are going to be quantized. I'm gonna check it once again. Since I'm not the pro piano player, I did make a few certain mistakes, but anyway, it's good enough. I can memorize my idea and then do a fix and correct everything. So the SoundBridge recorded all the ideas and all the notes that I played. I just didn't play them good enough. So I'll just do a small corrections. Let's say something like this. And now I can choose a little bit more of the swing, and I will do that just to make those two. Then I will press over here, and then I will choose, let's say, 69% of the swing, which is a bit too much, but it's going to sound really, really nice for the tech house. So, and now I can extend it. And now I will again use the same ducking effect as I did use in the previous bassline. So I just press Ctrl C on my Windows, but if you're using Mac, it's Command C, and then by Command V or Ctrl V, just paste it in another channel. I'm not gonna use it all the way down. I can decrease the level from here, or I can also put this level a little bit up. So now I will open again, and I will go to the effects. Again, I will add a little bit of distortion. And now I can apply a little bit of FM synthesis. So now I will turn on the oscillator number 2, and I will put the level all the way down, because I want to use the number 2 oscillation to modulate the first oscillator. So I can choose that from here, like FM from oscillator number 2. That means I'm going to use the second oscillator to be the modulator, and the first oscillation I'm going to use to be a carrier. How much of this I want to use? So I can control it from this side. But I do not want to use this one over here. What I can use this harmonic series, which sounds really nice, and then I'll just add a little bit more of it. So it's the same thing as if I moved the octaves up, it's just easier way. But I want to use the FM synthesis only to create a pluck, or just at the beginning of it. So what I'm going to do is that I will use the envelope 3 and connect it to this knob over here, and I will remove or reduce the position of this fader or the knob, and I will reduce the amount of it, as I just wanted to do a little bit of FM synthesis just at the beginning, so it creates just the first attack or the pluck of it, a little bit punchier sounding bassline. And I will reduce this to around 150 for the beginning. I will reduce the sustain. And again, I can turn on the filter, reduce the filter resonance. I can use maybe 24 for this, just to create a little bit different. And then I will connect envelope 2 to the cutoff. I'll set it to around 300, remove it down. Maybe I can add even a little bit of chorus. So now we have the same drum beat, and we have two different bass lines, and I will compare the differences, and you will be able to hear how different the whole track can sound, and it's completely different genre just by choosing or creating a different bass line. And I will call this one, let's say, Tech House. So. In comparing to the rolling one, we can create even variations. We can add a little bit of transfer or transpose the first bass line, let's say something like this, all right, and in the second loop it can go for a 2 down, and then we can choose this as our pattern and then just duplicate it. In comparing with the Tech House once again, So in this video, you were able to see how important the basslines are, as well as how you can create them with the free VST called Vital, everything done in SoundBridge. I really hope that you like this video, and please subscribe and click that notification bell in order if you want to be notified about our new videos. And also be free to write in comments if there's anything you would like to see next in our videos. Thank you very much for watching and see you soon with another video. Bye.